Yes, kicking us off, this is pretty incredible. If you thought when you were 18 you were doing absolutely nothing, this kid has proven everybody wrong. He is an 18-year-old that's broken the record for the youngest person to climb the 14 highest peaks on Earth.
Right.
So he's making rounds around the news. He's done K2 over in Pakistan. He's done Everest. All of these peaks are more than 8,000 metres above sea level. Imagine this guy coming back to school. Imagine the bragging rights this kid has to come back and say, look, I've actually done the 14 highest peaks in the world.
Yeah, my altitude training's way better than yours.
Yeah. He's got a lot to throw around. In other sport news, Rafael Nadal has retired.
Yeah, 22 Grand Slams under his belt.
Yes,
Not too bad.
Absolutely massive one, because I feel like growing up, Nadal was definitely up there with everyone else he'd see as the top tennis players. But yeah, his time's over. We'll see if he does any, exhibition matches or things like that. But for the time being, he is retired, he's out of the game. And in other sporting news, Socceroos last night, 3-1 beating China over at Adelaide Oval. We killed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping that World Cup qualification hope alive. And Craig Goodwin, absolute ripper game. He scored a screamer from like 30 metres out. He had an assist as well. I'm pretty sure they started off 1-0 down. I think China scored the first goal as well. So clawed back a victory, 3-1. Great effort.
Yeah, everyone's talking about the replays. Go watch it if you haven't. We destroyed them. So yeah, Socceroos are doing really well at the moment. Tom, doing a walkout in a movie is a huge statement. I mean, you're not really doing anything pressing in the movies. So it's one of the more relaxing things. Really, you are just sitting there watching a movie. So to walk out after paying is quite a bit of a statement to say, I hate this.
Well, that's the other big thing of walking out of a movie is you do pay for it. It's not like streaming a movie and, you get 30 minutes and you'll be like, oh, this isn't it. So
exactly.
Turn it off. You've paid like probably $20-$30 to go see a movie.
And everyone can see you walking out too. If you do it in front of an audience they're looking at you thinking, wow, they've done the walkout. And I feel like you don't see it that much. Maybe back in the day as a kid, you would do it because you're bored and then you say to your parents, I want to go. But as an adult, it's a whole different thing. And I did it.
You did it?
I did the walkout.
Right. What movie?
Joker 2.
I got the sneaking suspicion that we're not giving the people what they want.
So they weren't giving the people what they
weren't. I feel like I've just joined a big trend of talking a lot of crap about this movie because this is all I see online at the moment. People being coerced and sent in this movie, not realizing it's a musical and then not enjoying it. I did know it was a musical.
Yeah.
Just couldn't be bothered. It's just one of those. I was just watching it with a mate and we thought, you know what, there's better things to do. Let's hop on out about halfway through.
It seems like a strange choice to go from such a winning recipe that was the first Joker movie to then doing Joker 2 Folie à Deux and making a musical, adding Lady Gaga into it. It seemed like an odd choice from the start, but I was keen to still give it a go. But
are you still keen to give it a go?
Probably not now.
I've given the walkout.
No, probably not now. Did anyone else walk out of the cinema?
No, I feel like I was the pioneer of it. If there was anyone that walked out, they went after me.
You were long gone.
They followed me. They looked at me exiting that theatre and thought, that guy knows what he's doing. I'm going to leave as well.
Look, I want to go to the text line. Have you walked out on a movie, Adelaide? What movie did you walk out on?
And you know what? It doesn't have to be a bad movie or one you didn't enjoy. Did you walk out because maybe it was too gruesome? Or did you walk out too scary, something like that? Was it boring? I mean, Hunger Games back in the day, I remember walking out of that or almost walking out because I had a shaky cam the whole time. Do you remember that? It seems like a stupid reason, but it's just got a shaky camera the whole time of that movie and it makes you feel ill, like you're on a roller coaster. So I thought I could dip out of this one.
Yeah,
could be any reason.
Did you walk out of a movie, Adelaide? What movie was it that you walked out on? Coming up next, I will tell you the movie that I walked out on. It's a bit of a doozy.
Big one?
Yeah. Interstellar.
Oh, yeah. Why? Because it's long or?
Boring.
It's not boring.
Boring.
It's not boring. It's a great movie.
It was so boring.
No, it's a really good movie. Definitely give it another go.
It was mid.
Mid?
At best.
No. Everyone loves that movie.
No, they don't.
I mean, we could go on and on talking about whether Interstellar is good or not.
I don't know about you, but I've got till 10 o'clock.
I've got heaps of time. I've got enough time as they did on that planet in the movie.
No, we want to go to the text line. We want to hear from you, Fresh Fam, 0428 927 927. What movie did you walk out on?
Yeah, it's got a text here in agreement. Joker wasted nearly 2 hours of my life. I'll never get back. That whole movie was demented.
Yeah, right. There you go. Now I'm even questioning whether I go bother.
Well, it's one of those everyone's talking so much crap about it that I feel like people will be compelled to see it now.
Yeah, it can't be that bad, can it?
Right?
I mean, that's what I'd think. Hey, Jack and Tim has texted in here. Shout out to those guys. They walked out of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It was pathetic.
Yeah, it's a terrible one.
Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. It's actually how they met. And
kicked it off.
Yeah. Brad Pitt then later divorced Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, it was doomed from the beginning.
Bit of celebrity gossip for you Friday morning.
Love this one here. Super bad when I was a kid. Mum pulled me out of that cinema pretty quickly from James. See,
I don't know if that's a walkout. That's a pullout.
Yeah, I got dragged out of that thing.
Another text here. I keep going back to Fast and Furious movies and always walk out, lol. They tanked after the first couple.
Yeah, agreed. They get a bit silly after a while. I wouldn't walk out of a Fast and Furious, but I think they are a bit ridiculous.
They're fun enough that you can sit there, but yeah, they have just gotten stupid.
You can take the piss as they go on. This one here, the Nutty Professor is nutty and not funny at all. 0 stars. Nearly had to go see my shrink after it.
What? No, you didn't. Imagine the Nutty Professor.
A psychiatrist sitting there being like, oh, we got another case of the Nutty Professor syndrome. Someone else is coming after that movie.
What did you think about the Nutty Professor?
Never seen it.
Oh, I didn't mind it.
It's alright.
I thought it was quite fun.
Better than Interstellar?
Again, I saw it way better than Interstellar. Interstellar was so boring. Hey, let's wrap things up here. Someone's texted in saying they're a massive Star Wars nut, but had to walk out of The Phantom Menace when Jar Jar Binks had more than 10 minutes of screen time. I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, that's what people usually say about that movie. Jar Jar Binks is a ruiner.
Ruined the whole prequels. I'm ticked off. I'm bloody ticked off.
Lyman Mongrel.
Oh, jeez, it's ticked off, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's had me right up for a while, but I've not had one specific scenario to really bog down on until now. But what's been ticking me off are the bloody e-scooters.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sick of them.
But just overall, the e-scooters.
In general, look, they were fun for the first month or two they were out, but after that, really, who's really riding them?
You know what?
People, I'll tell you who's riding them. Bloody annoying people that decide they're going to ride it on the footpath and go really slowly behind you while you're walking because they can't get around. Get in the bike lane then.
I feel like they still get a decent spin from people, but yeah, there's a lot of people with their own private ones now. How people are just investing in their own scooters.
At
and
least
going
the people with the private ones, they can go a bit faster, so they'll ride them on the road. I have no quarrels with that. It's the people that are riding them on the footpath. It's the people that then park them up on the footpath and park them just wherever. They have absolutely no care where they'll park these e-scooters. Sometimes I'll just leave them lying on the ground. It looks crap.
Yeah.
First of all. Second of all, I can't stand it when people park their e-scooters in front of doors. Yesterday, Callum, I was with you.
Yeah.
You parked an e-scooter right in front of the door to the Crown and Anchor, the front door. I told you to move it. You said, I can't be bothered. What is wrong with you?
I knew that was coming.
What is wrong with you?
I knew this is what it was leading up to. Yeah, it was a bit of a doozy. And honestly,
it wasn't a doozy.
I just could not be bothered. I could not be bothered going back and walking it.
It was moving it 2 meters. I had to move it for you. You're a jerk.
Look, we were on a pub crawl and it was just
we were just at a pub.
It was the last thing on my mind. Yeah, well, I intended to crawl at the next spot, so
I will make you crawl
into a pub crawl.
You won't be walking ever again. I think you keep parking e-scooters in front of doors.
To break my legs over the e-scooter incident. It's a bit drastic.
I'm ticked off, mate.
I think the worst part about the e-scooter incident was that it wasn't even going. Like, I didn't scan in. It was
you
had
its
full brakes on.
around.
So it was an effort to push it there by the pub door and just leave it. And I just really didn't want to get hot back on it, to be honest. But that's the city's decision to have the scooters and have jerks riding around on it, isn't it?
How do you sleep at night?
Tom, big thing happened on the weekend. Took me by surprise. I was out with a mate and they found something in their pocket.
Okay.
Got a pocket for the
Cash.
Cash.
Glad that worked out.
I see the sweat running down your face.
Timing on point, not too bad.
Right, so you're with someone, they found cash in their pocket.
So I guess like pockets are just such a weird thing that you could have anything in there at any time and you get a bit of a surprise. But what blew me away out of being with this mate, they were walking around and they just reached into their pocket and all of a sudden pulled out $200 as if it was
$200,
as if it was nothing, right?
That's a great find.
What a great find! I think the
stoked.
best thing I've found in my pocket was probably a tenner.
Bit of lint.
Yeah. Oh, this lint could be quite valuable.
And I'm not talking the chocolate.
Yeah. So bring it to cashies. But yeah, $200, and they were completely unfazed by it. It was probably what I thought was one of the cooler things you could find in your pocket, but obviously money's not an issue, and they thought, oh yeah, $200 in my pocket, didn't realise that was there. Pretty stoked by that.
See, I'm a culprit of leaving stuff in my pockets and then hanging my clothes back up. You know, because like pants, like you don't wash them after every use, right? You get a couple uses out of them before you wash them. And I always just forget to take everything out my pockets when I get home. I just get them off and get into like footy shorts or something comfortable.
Yeah.
So I take them off, I hang them up. And then I probably won't wear those pants again for at least another couple weeks. Sometimes like up to a month, right? Till I get to the rotation. One time I'd lost my AirPods. And I'd gone. It'd been like a month and a half, and I'd given up. So I went and bought a new pair of AirPods. Wear these pair of pants. Bam! AirPods are in there.
That's how it goes, though. I mean, if you've ever lost something, whatever it is, could be a TV remote. Who knows? Just check the old pants in the storage closet right there. But yeah, they're one of the weirder things you can find in your pocket.
Yeah, we want to go to the text line here. What'd you find in your pocket, Adelaide?
In your pocket. And what was it? Was it a bunch of cash? I mean, $200 is definitely up there with the best thing you could find. We did go to the text line to ask, what did you find in your pocket? Someone said, very common but most memorable was $1,000 cash.
Whoa.
Been there about a month. $1,000.
$1,000 in your wallet.
That's a hell of a lot of sauce packets.
It's a great start to your day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Go into your pocket and find that. Somebody else texted in saying, I found dog biscuits in my pocket. Strange. Only realised because my friend's dog was humping my leg and kept trying to attack my pocket.
Oh, like, just
why are you
would
carrying
you have
around
them?
dog biscuits?
Why would you have them?
It's weird that your dog wasn't trying to attack you. It sounds like you don't have a dog.
Yeah, well,
and you're just carrying around dog biscuits.
That's the weirdest part. Like, if you don't own a dog yourself and you're carrying dog biscuits, you're a strange fella for sure. Someone said, I have this joke where I tell friends to look in my pocket because I have something special in there, then I just stick the middle finger up at them. These are the texts we attract by doing a segment like this.
Yeah, no, we shot ourselves in the foot. Let's run with it. Let's keep running with it. Another text. For goodness sakes. I found a lemon in my pocket from a month ago when I was making cocktails and had a few too many. Are we talking a whole lemon, half a lemon, a quarter of a lemon, a wedge of a lemon?
Yeah.
Because surely if it's a whole lemon, you know it's in there. You're not finding that, are you?
Ridiculous. You got to smell it too. It just seems stupid. What about this one here? I've got Tom's mum in my pocket.
No, you don't.
That's unbelievable. It would never happen.
How about this one? Coming in from DJ Ryzen Archer, who's a DJ here at the station.
Good stuff.
Found a piece of hot and crispy KFC chicken in my pocket at a rave.
Yeah, well, you know
Honestly,
what?
I'd be stoked.
That's one of the better things. That's Kentucky Fried Gold right there. Forget the money. Having a bit of chicken when you're hungry and you're dancing. Good stuff.
Hey, another one just came through. Hi, guys. I was throwing out a pair of shorts for recycle. Found a concert ticket stub from 1984. I used to keep it in my wallet and had been missing for a year. Nearly lost it.
Hey, one for the archives.
Love to know what concert it was from. Text it through to us, 0428 927 927. Probably the most interesting thing about this whole break. Hey, one of TV's most loved and most wholesome families, the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
Yeah, it's a huge one. See, I never got around to it. I don't think I've
never watched it.
It's one of those I don't think I've ever seen an episode. I know it from pop culture. I've seen a lot of clips. I know the vibe. I know the family. But yeah, I've never watched a full episode.
Yeah, you're just a bit too young, mate.
Out of your time. Your time bracket was not the Brady Bunch.
No, but they were one of the most loved, most wholesome families on TV.
Yeah.
But it turns out they might not have been as sweet and innocent as we all thought. Barry Williams, who played the oldest son, Greg Brady, he shocked me. He shocked our boss, Sophie. He shocked countless other fans. Yeah. And now I'm going to shock you with what he's come out and said. So strap in, because if you thought the chemistry between them on screen was good, they all seem so close. They're like, wow, they actually could be siblings. They could be a family because they all seem so tight-knit, such a close group. Well, it turns out they weren't as close in a sibling way.
What do you mean?
I'm going to use the character names here so there's no confusion. The two oldest, Greg Brady, was shacking up with Marsha Brady.
What?
Yeah. They
were hooking up.
They were hooking up.
Off screen.
Yeah. Thank God not on screen. The middle two, Jan Brady and Peter Brady, had an on-again, off-again fling throughout the show's 5-year course.
Yeah, right.
So they were shacking up.
I feel like this is going to blow, or if you're a fan of the Brady bunch, you're really shattering a lot of people's enjoyment of the show, I think. I think this is going to knock a few people around that love the show because it weirds you out if you've loved this family for so long.
Good morning, Adelaide. Hey, it doesn't stop there. The two youngest, Bobby Brady and Cindy Brady, they would practice kissing each other in the doghouse in the backyard of the Brady house.
Well, that's
that was from the first season they were doing that.
Since season one.
Since season one. They were they'd sit in the doghouse and practice kissing each other.
Can't you do it offset? Like, it's one thing to hook up around the corner or something, but to do it on the set in the doghouse.
Well, it does. It changes. One of them that was offset. So this one's the most crazy. The mum, Carol Brady, went on a date and gave a big old smooch to Greg Brady, the oldest son, the son of her in the show. They went on a date and kissed.
A little bit too close to home, isn't it? Even though it's acting and it's a storyline, it just feels really close, and that they are actually mum and son.
I mean, this show, it just seems like an HR nightmare.
I would not want to deal with the paperwork.
I can't relate because I've never had my home broken into, but I'd imagine if you did get broken into, it would be a pretty scary thing, right? It'd feel like you wouldn't feel safe in your own home.
Yeah, I feel like going back to your house, you think, oh, what can be done? Can people get in? You'd be a little bit on edge for a little bit, for sure.
Absolutely, especially if you live alone. But I think what would make me feel even more uneasy if my house got broken into, but nothing was taken.
So do you not like the decor? Are you not respecting my interior design skills? Are you just hating all the furniture in the house? What went wrong that you didn't take anything?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something creepy about it. But we're heading over to UK for this for this next burglary in Monmouthshire. It happened back in July. It's just the person's just been sentenced. His name is Damien Wojnilowicz.
Yep.
And he's gotten 22 months of jail for conducting an unusual burglary.
Right. Okay.
So what he's done, he's broken. So this woman's left for work, and this bloke has broken into her house and started carrying out household chores.
What, he's doing dishes and stuff?
Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy? Why? So you're maximising your time in the house, more time to get caught by the police just by doing dishes and chores around the place, vacuuming and stuff.
So he's cooked himself a meal. He's done the dishes. He's had some alcohol. He's had a bottle of wine. And then he started unpacking a pair of shoes. He discarded the packaging in the recycling bin. He made sure he got the right bin and everything. Then he started replacing toothbrush heads and kitchen utensils, upgrading them, updating them. He even went and did the bloody washing. He hung up all her washing on the line for her. And then he unpacked her grocery shopping as well, put it all in the fridge, and then rearranged the fridge so it made more sense because it was all over the shop.
It's just a nosy neighbour who's peeked through the window and thought,
I can't live with this.
You're living like a slob and it's right next door to me. I'm going to have to do something about your dishes.
Yeah, it doesn't stop there. He then went and refilled the bird feeders. He rearranged pot plants in her garden. He mopped the floors. And then, yes, he hung the victim's washing before he cooked himself that meal and had a glass of wine. And then he was kind enough to leave enough wine for another glass that he left there on the kitchen counter with a note that said, "Don't worry, be happy, eat up and scratch."
It's a bit creepy, but at the same time, if you were to charge this bloke, Are you sort of sitting there thinking, how do I be
He should
mad at
be
him?
charging her for all the for all the household chores.
How can you stay mad at this guy? He's done everything around your house.
So obviously, yes, this woman was freaked out. She felt she was living in a heightened state of anxiety. What the hell? Am I being targeted? Is this a stalking thing because they've not taken anything? And then it wasn't until about 2 weeks later where the same guy has gone and done it again to another house, started doing all household chores, and he was caught in the driveway by CCTV, and he was like cleaning the driveway with a hose.
Or doing outside chores.
Yeah.
Stick to inside if you're going to burgle and break your way in. What the hell are you doing? He's going to do the gardening out the front, do some hedge trimmings.
So, yeah, this guy, he a kind burglar, doesn't take anything, just breaks in and does your chores.
Yeah, it was one
Honestly,
of the nice...
I welcome him to my home.
Yeah, one of the nice
bedroom's
ones
a
out there.
mess.